Today our video is just really an introduction to the next few weeks. As I mentioned to you in the beginning, we want to make these not too long, 5, 6, 7 minutes long, but we want you to have the information, and in order to get you a complete information, sometimes we're going to have to break it down into segments. This next 4 or 5 segments will be what would have been a single presentation at a live seminar. But because we're doing it online, and because we want to keep your attention and don't want you to get bored with me, I want to break it down. So we're just going to talk about what are the different types of lifestyles that someone might encounter and would like to know more about when they're thinking about doing something in their retirement. We've got a lot of different options that are available to you, and frankly, I think there's a tremendous amount of people who just don't know all the things that are out there. And in order for you to make an informed decision, it's best that you have some sort of a introduction into what is a condo, what does it really mean, what makes it a condo, can I have a condo that's a detached home, can I have a condo that's an apartment? And the answer is yes, yes, and yes. Adult lifestyle communities, again, similar type of thing. What is an adult? When we refer to an adult lifestyle community, what are we actually talking about? We're talking about places where there is a focus in that community for seniors and retirees, and what would they have that are in common, and what makes up the differences. What does the actual house look like? What does the house look like in an adult lifestyle community? Is it detached? Is it a townhouse? Is it an apartment? As I say, a whole lot of ranges and a whole lot of different things. And then the ownership part of an adult lifestyle community can be a land lease, it can be a condo, it can be a freehold, and that again will dictate what the price point is, and we will talk a little bit about price points on these various different lifestyles. We'll talk about life leases. Life leases are something that we're not really too familiar with. We don't have a lot of them, but they are something, and it might be something that's coming into the future more and more. It does have some significant advantages. It does have some significant cautions that I will express to you, my concerns about them. But doesn't mean they're bad, just concerns. Concerns mean you go in with your eyes open and get the information, then you know where you stand, and that's really all that matters at the end of the day. We also can look at renting versus owning something. I mean, that is something I do run into on quite a number of occasions, and for people who have not rented, I have some tips for you on that. For people who think that this might be the way to go, I may or may not, depending on your circumstances, and the conversation that you and I have will depend on whether or not I recommend that it's good for you. And that is something that on a one-to-one, when I'm talking to you in a seminar environment, it's basically just overall information. But when it gets time to actually seriously think about this, I suggest that we sit down, have a conversation, so that I can look at what your specific needs, wants, desires, concerns, what stimulates you and what might concern you, so that we can direct you in help you get to the best place for you, because that's why there are such a variety of options available to you, is because we all have our own little idiosyncrasies. We all have our own little thoughts of things that we like, things that we find important to us. I've had people that have bought in an area because it was closer to kids. I've had people who have bought in an area because it was closer to their winter property. I've had people, when I say closer, it was instead of being on the east side of Toronto, we were on the west side of Toronto, so it's easier to get across to the end of the States. Then sometimes we have people that want to rent versus buy something because they're not in the financial situation that works, and it's easy to criticize and say, well, we shoulda, coulda, woulda, but the truth of the matter is, life happens. We have circumstances. The most important thing in all of those circumstances is, let's have that good, honest conversation. Where are we at? What's important to us? What can we afford? Where would we like to be? What's our health condition? That to me is a huge one. Is what is your health situation? Liz and I had a plan to move in one area, and we're giving second thought to it now because it's going to be a distance from all of the kids, whereas we might be better served if we were to look at an area where one of the kids are, because we're in Brampton here, but none of the kids are in Brampton anymore. They're all gone in their own direction for their own reasons, whether it be work related, lifestyle related. They've just done what they have to do as for their families, and then we have to figure out whether or not we want to follow or stay where we are or just find our own way. So we're going to talk about all of these things over the next few weeks, and I hope you'll come back. If there's some particular topic that you have a particular question about, email me or send me a message and we'll address it. If you're in that position where you want to actually take that step and start and work toward it, and I'm going to ask people, please, if you're watching this, please plan ahead. There's nothing wrong with planning 2 years in advance. Some of the most successful moves that I've had with people are people who have planned at least a year to 2 years ahead. That gives them time to go out, investigate, look, think about it, rethink about it, talk to some people, and then rethink about it. And then when they make the move, they know all of the information that they should know. So we look forward to having you back here, and hopefully you'll find it informative for you, helpful for you. And as I say, if you have questions, email me, phone me, text me, whatever. You can go onto our website. You can always put a message on through our website, and we're happy to answer those questions for you. Hopefully we'll see you back here next week. Have a great week. Thanks.